Welcome to another week of Jacked Up Recap. This time it's going to be with the alternate captain, Chase Thudium, one of the forwards here for the Jackalopes. And Chase, let's talk about how the last weekend went a little bit. You guys were in Lone Star, had a chance to move up into a tie for fourth place. It didn't happen. You guys lost 2 games by 1 goal to a very good Lone Star team.
Yeah, obviously it didn't go the way we all wanted it to. Lone Star's a really tough team, and we would have loved to come out with 4 points, but I don't think we're too upset with how we played. I think as a team we played pretty good, obviously only allowing, I think, was it 3 goals in 2 games. So that's an accomplishment. And but yeah, it would have been nice to get the 4 points for sure.
Big part of it was Johnny Hogue, especially on Friday night, held them into a shutout going into the third period. They ended up scoring 1 where he said he initially actually blocked it, and then his momentum just helped carry the puck in. But he played outstanding, and he's played outstanding the 3 games since he's been back.
Yeah, Johnny's an awesome goalie, and he was huge for us, which is kind of sucks we couldn't get the win for him. But even coming into this year, I used to play against Johnny, and he's always been an awesome goaltender. So he's a big player for our team, and it's nice to have him.
Now, some of the new guys that you picked up last week, Zach Herman, Ludwig Stenlin, got their first action in a Jack's jersey. They played pretty well. You know, Herman had that one where it looked like he may have had the goal. Ryan McKellar helped clean up the garbage at the end. But what did you think of them?
Oh, I think they're awesome. Herman, he's a really skilled D-man, which is nice to have back there. And Ludwig, he's he's got a lot of skill, and obviously his size helps him a lot. But I think they'll definitely help us a lot, and excited to see what they can bring to the team.
Now, you guys it's so hard to say that you guys didn't play well. You know, 2-0 on the first day. It was Friday the 13th, kind of ended up like that. You guys didn't get it. And then Saturday, got on the board first, Nick Wilson. He had himself a good weekend. 1 goal, 2 fights there on Friday. And then Connor Wood had a fight on Saturday as well. How do you feel that sort of either hurt or helped your team?
I don't think fighting ever hurts the team. I think when Nick fought, and even Woody, it just brings the team a lot of energy. And that's always big, especially in tight games like that.
Now, this week you guys travel to Topeka. You take on the Roadrunners. First time this year. You haven't seen them yet, especially you, who hasn't played in the league. You have no idea what to really expect outside of seeing the record. Has Gatto sort of prepared you guys a little bit for what the weekend may hold?
Yeah, he always prepares us for what we have coming on the weekend. Obviously, yeah, like you said, I don't really know what to expect, but it's a team below us, obviously, so we got to get these 4 points, and they're going to be huge for us coming to the playoffs, especially.
Now let's go on to the segment, Meet the Player. Meet the Player. People at home get to know a little bit more about Chase Thudium, sort of your path here. So you're from Sylvan Lake, Alberta, all the way up in Canada, and you found your way down here, stayed in Alberta the majority of the time. How is it, adjusting from Canada down here to America?
Oh, it's a lot different down here. No, I like it. I kind of miss the snow, not the cold weather a whole lot, but I've liked my experience down here in the States, and yeah, I'm excited to see or to keep experiencing more.
Now, 2012 to 2013 was a pretty good year for you. You won the AMHL championship as well as the TELUS Cup. Sort of take us through that year and what it felt like.
Yeah, that was one of the best, greatest years of hockey I've had, and I'll never forget that year. We just had an awesome team. Everybody bought in, and it was a lot of fun going all the way, which is what we did. And it's, yeah, like I said, something I'll never forget.
Now, you're close to about a point-per-game player throughout your whole career. How has your coaching and the practice that you've put in really helped you to become the player that you are?
Just coach. I feel like I'm a player that needs to be pushed, and all my coaches have found ways to push me and help me get better, which is whether it being my speed or my shooting. And, yeah, that's always helped me to get to here, to where I am, and just working hard in practice, obviously.
Now, we talked about how you adjusted from Canada to America, but let's talk about the leagues. You didn't play in a league like the NAHL, a much tougher, a much more physical league where, we looked at the stats. They put them out. 77 kids who played in the NAHL last year are now playing Division I hockey this year. Mm-hmm. How was it adjusting from the leagues that you played in to this league?
The first year I played in the AJ, and that was a pretty skilled league. It was a lot like this league, I'd say. It wasn't quite as tight as a league as this one, but I'd say it had just as much skill in most areas. And then last year was in the SJ, and most rinks in the SJ are a lot smaller, so I'm kind of used to the gritty game thanks to that. But, yeah, it's definitely a good league, obviously, with all the commits, so, yeah.
And then last one here. You were named alternate captain before never played a game for the Jacks before this season. You know, why do you think Coach Gatto put you into that role, and how does it feel to really earn that honor?
I think it helps with my this is my 4th year junior hockey, obviously, and that kind of experience I can bring to the locker room. I wasn't expecting it at all, so it was a bit of a surprise to me when Gatto gave it to me. I was very honored to have the assistant captain, and I just hope I can help lead this team to the playoffs.
All right, now let's go on. Let's do some rapid-fire questions, see how quickly you can get on the board, and see what the fans at home will know about you a little bit more. So, first one, what's your nickname?
Thuds.
Favorite hockey team?
Calgary Flames.
What player would you say is the closest to how you play?
Ooh. Oh, that's tough. Come back to me on that one.
All right. Pre-game routine?
There's a lot. There's probably too much. One thing I'll say is I always make an omelet for breakfast, and I never miss out on that.
What about superstitions right before or during the game?
Not really superstitions. None that I think are, but mainly just a routine I like to get into.
What's your favorite food?
Steak.
Favorite movie?
Lord of the Rings.
Any specific one?
Return of the King.
If you could go on a dream date with anybody, who would it be with?
Juliana Hough.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, probably to transport. That'd be pretty cool.
What would you say is your spirit animal?
A wolf.
If you could sing one song for karaoke, what would it be?
Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
All right, before the last question, let's go back and see what player do you think you play closest to?
I'm going to have to go with Calgary Flame Boy, Jerome McGinley.
And then last question, do you have any hidden talents that people at home may not know?
Ooh. Hidden talents? Not really, no.
No, nothing that you do that people wouldn't know about you? What about guilty pleasures? Any?
I really like wolves. I really, really like wolves. So those are probably my guilty pleasures, of wolves.
All right, thanks, Chase.
Yeah, thank you.
That'll do it for this week's Jacked Up. You can follow us along on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter all season long, or at jackalopes.org.